What's going on, everybody? Tyler Relph. Today we're going to talk about separation moves. Now, when we talk about separation moves, obviously we're talking about being able to score, right, in our scoring areas, right, separating in certain spots. The one thing with separation moves and why we teach them a lot in our gym is we want players to be able to control pace, right, and control the game, right, when they can. So what I mean by that is if I'm getting pressured full court, right, I got to be able to slow the game down, right, and control my defender. So it's just like a pitcher, right? I can't just throw fastballs, right? I got to throw different speeds. I got to throw you curveballs. I always want that defender to be off balance. So whether I'm driving hard, I get to a left-right stop, now I control the pace. So I'm able to slow the game down and then read it. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go over some separation moves, both that you guys can use, right, in when you're getting pressure, maybe full court or even the half court, and you got to get the basketball maybe to a shooter or a certain plays happening. And then also being able to score against really good defenders, right, and being able to create space and get your shot off. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get into a speed stop behind. Now, within these moves, we need certain characteristics and skills. So as I drive, right now, I'm going to get into a hard left like I'm going. If that defender starts to run in front, right, I want to be able to pull the right foot into square, and as I do that, I'm going to pull the ball behind my back. So I want to be here, right, chest, I'm driving, maybe I got contact, right, and I'm low, and then it's left foot as right pulls in, I'm behind. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to lift. Okay, so what I mean by lift is I'm going to now pace it, I'm going to lift, the ball's going to float, and then I'm going to drop again and drive. So as the ball floats, that's my pace to be able to read what that defender's doing, right? Now, of course, we have different options. The first is going to be a lift to a drop. So it's a left-right, I lift up, I read you, I drop. Now, because we're working on this, it's a right, bring the left foot in, into that stop, let the ball float, I'm going to lift, land in a drop, and then I'm going left-right. So you're going to go 3, you turn back around, you go 3 again. You can do this in the gym, you can do this in the garage, you can do this in the driveway, right? You don't need a lot of space. Work on your ball handling, your stops to create, right, space to then control the pace. Lift, pace, right? And then I'm just going to turn it right back around. Right? Hard drop, stop, pace, right? I allow that ball to float. So it's 1, pace, drop 2, drop 3. So with that drill, all I'm trying to do is control the pace, right? I create space, I slow down, want to read, and then I can react to what that defender's doing. Now, one of my favorite things to do when I train players, or even when I train, is how much can you get done within one drill? Okay, so right now we're going to work on our ball handling, right, which are drop, our left, right, right? Again, we're lifted up, we drop again, right, left, we're doing the same thing. Now, if you do have a basket, let's include finishing into it. So once you get here off the third one, right, right, left here, drop, right, I'm left, right. You're just going to turn around, ball on your left. Okay, from this point, I want you to drive it. Now, what you're envisioning is maybe that defender starts to run across. So this is all about spacing. Corner shooter, right? I got help there. So as I drive, right, maybe I have nail here, shooter there, I'm driving, I stop, boom. Now I create space. Defenders here, I lift up, I'm going to drop, and now I'm going to low pick up, right? If they just reach in a little bit and not give the body, and then I'm going to go right foot over the top before that low defender can come across, right? So you are now doing multiple things. That's going to increase your skill level, right, with this drill. All right, now spacing, nail, shooter, right, shooter, got help there, so I got to know my spacing, right, drive, now the elbow presents itself, drop, low pickup, and I want to get it over the top, right, into that finish. So you can do that, you can go both ways, right, left foot, right, left hand floaters, right, right, right? That's a great way to work on your game, understand spacing. Now the next way we're gonna stop is gonna be a punch drag. So right now when I drive, okay, we did the speed stop. So speed stop was, right, my foot squares as I go behind the back. So it's gonna transfer the ball across my body. It's gonna create, right, a little bit more space, right? And so my decision is off this foot. Now, when you go into a punch drag, I drive, it's two dribble, but now that outside foot is coming over the top and I stop off that. So now my decision, right, is off this foot to stop and control pace. Now, right, what we are gonna do is we are gonna lift and then we are gonna land. So we are gonna stay in this position. If my defender stays here, right, I'm gonna slow down, right? If they slow with me, I'm gonna lift, ball pulls pocket. I wanna get into that runner stance. So punching off the back foot, momentum through the hips. I drive again, 1, 2, lift again, drive again, punch. When you turn back around, it's the same thing with your left hand, you're coming right across. Okay, right? So if I want to go right hand, it'd be this side, left hand this side. So you're gonna go 3 reps. We lift if the defender stays attached, get your hands active, protect the ball, ball pulls pocket. That's gonna allow my feet to work. It's also gonna protect the ball, right? And then we go. So this is a punch drag, right? And we just wanna delay into another drop. All right, just slowing the pace on that. Okay, now we're gonna get into our delayed drop. If you have a basket, everything is gonna be the same. So you punch, drop, right, punch, you drop, right, punch, you drop. Now, when you get here, we're thinking the same concepts that we thought on the other side. So now as I drive, there's no exchange on this. I'm going to slow. So as I go here and I drive you at this elbow, right, a lot of times what is gonna happen is this nail defender, right, is gonna help. Okay, so right now maybe they show a little bit, right? As you stop, they start to go back. Okay, so now your pace, right, is creating indecision with that defender. As your on-ball defender, right, I think, okay, I'm getting help, so I'm gonna kind of level you off here, slow you down here, so you can't change back. But if I can slow, they start to go back. Now I can attack into that space that they left. So as you drive, you're gonna punch. Your eyes are almost gonna start to look off that way, right? So I'm gonna look you off, and then I'm gonna drive through. I wanna kill low, right? And on this one, we're gonna step left, right? And I wanna go left hand over the top, left, left. Now we're gonna go inverted drag. So an inverted drag, right, I drop. Now on the first step, now I'm separating quick. So we did the speed stop, right, which is a square, right, and I can exchange it. Sometimes I don't have to, right? Then we did a punch drag, which is a over the top step. Okay, and now we're going with the first step. So if you guys think about it, right, like this, I know we're taking 2 steps on the punch drag, but this is a first step. Boom, I separate off that. Maybe a really aggressive defender. Right, now I'm left foot, bring it in, second step squares me. Okay, the third step of it is maybe I keep driving, I think I got you, I'm over the top, and now I stop. So the ability to stop when you want controls the pace of that defender. So again, you go to baseball, right? Maybe the first move is my fastball, right? That second, curveball, then the next one's a changeup. So you're always keeping that defender at bay, and that's the skill part. Do you have the ability to stop, right, with all those different ways based on how your defender is guarding you? So we are going to drop. I'm going to bounce, I invert. Now, what I want you guys to work on is a lift off the right, and then you are going to skip. So I lift off my right, I skip. So my foot now hits outside my frame. That's gonna make me explosive, sitting my hips down. I drive again, now it's bounce the ball off the inside step, pull back, and now my skip, right, is going to be off my left. So I lift up, I skip, have that wide base. That's gonna control your pace. So with this drill, I'm gonna drop, inside I lift up, skip into a drop, pull, lift up again, skip into a drop, pull, right? Off that last one, right, you're gonna go 4 times, right? Pull it back. Again, if you don't have a basket, right, you can do this, right, in a garage, outside, anywhere you have space, work on your separation moves. Right, same thing, now I would just go back. Skip. Okay, now we're gonna go into our inverts into a finish. So same thing, right, I drop, right, invert, lift up, I skip and go. When you get up top, right, we are gonna put the ball now in our right hand. Okay, so when I drop, I'm gonna try to drive you this way. If I can drive through the elbow here, right, and they help, I can kick, right? If they don't help, I drive weak side, I got my scoring reads. But what I'm doing is if you start as a defender to pull across, I invert. Now, look at all the space I have. So if I pull back, now I'm able to get into here, right? I can get to the rim, the low defender has to come across. Now you put defenders in rotation, okay? And if they help off the corner, that's the easiest play in basketball. Ball goes corner, right? That's a shot. So what you want to do as you play basketball is make sure that your IQ and your skill set are one and the same. If you just have skill and no IQ, you can't play. Okay, so you want to make sure you understand space, why you're driving, and where we're driving to create opportunities for yourself, right, and for your teammates. Now, right, as I pull here, ball be right. Okay, when you drive through this gap, right, and I lift back up, I drive, I'm gonna dribble now off the right, I'm gonna step, pass fake, and then I wanna come high over the top and finish, right? So a pass fake, get that defender back, we'll finish off that. Right, use your eyes, ball out, push that defender back, create driving angles and space, right, and make the game easier for you and your teammates.